We're a little bit off the beaten path, but I think people love hidden destinations and things that are a little hard to get to, and they love hearing about them word of mouth because you hold a little secret for a while that you can share with somebody. And we haven't changed a lot except the size and the looks. The food is the same, and I think that's what we remember, is what we put in our body. My name is Gerry Michaud. I live in Waterville, Maine, and I own Big G's Deli, which is located across the river in Winslow, Maine. I've always liked sandwiches because I've always been eating on my feet. I don't sit down and eat very often. I knew that that would be the basis of my restaurant, and that's when I developed the sandwich menu and worked on the sandwiches, and that's where it began, yeah. We started in 1986, and we've been at this present location since 1990. We have added on to the original building 4 times. You make it and they will come, they told us. So we kept making it and they kept coming and we kept getting bigger. It's as simple as that, I guess. People are shocked when they come in and actually buy a sandwich and see how big it is and realize that that $10 or $12 they saw online for a sandwich is well worth it. Our menu is spread out. We have all kinds of different pastas, marinara and meat sauce, meatballs. I make soup myself here. Every day available. Hot sandwiches and cold sandwiches. We had a commercial, and at the end of the commercial I said, see, size to us matters at Big G's, and I was holding one of the, you know. The sandwich that we sell the most of is a Big G special. That was one of the first sandwiches we ever came up with. It starts out with some boiled ham, and then we have some pastrami, just a little bit, not too much. And then this pepperoni adds a lot of saltiness. This, of course, has onions on it. And then bacon, the greatest food candy ever invented. We cook about 120 pounds of raw bacon every day on the average. So, and then this cheese goes on top, and then we have a very simple way of heating our sandwiches. Put that on about 1 minute and 30 seconds, and then we'll take a piece of our whole wheat bread. I'm sorry, 2 pieces. Let's just put mayonnaise on this. And I tell my sandwich makers all the time, and it's been our goal from day one, to cover every bite of the sandwich with the substances that are in the sandwich. So this has pickles and tomatoes. This is about perfect. What we want is it's not quite burning your hands on the bottom, and it's heated through with the cheese starting to melt. That goes on top of that, gets adjusted a little bit. And that's a Big G sandwich. It's been tough living in Winslow, Maine, because there isn't a lot to do, there isn't a lot of action. We're kind of in a little pocket here of low population. People don't know much about the town where Big G's is, but they know it's in Winslow. And it's all been word of mouth. We probably have 30 generations of graduations from Colby. So those kids have grandchildren, some of them, you know. So all of those people are coming back here and reliving that moment at Big G's, you know. So this is where it all starts. This is the corner of the building. So when we had this idea of starting a sandwich shop in 1986, we had to come up with some kind of bread. And so all the local bakeries, it just wasn't big enough, and it didn't seem like they could supply us properly. We were having trouble, so we decided to make it ourselves. So we bought a mixer. I went to my friend's house who had a welder. And we took some stainless steel sheets, cut them up and welded them together. And these are the original pans from 1986 that we still cook our bread in. The shape and the height is the perfect size to cook 4.5 pounds of dough. We have stayed, over the years, 37 years, we've kept the same formula and baked our bread the same way. This is kind of fun. I haven't done this for years. That's done thousands and thousands of times. That's what we get out of. How many loaves of bread a day, Byron? Average, would you say?
I go through about 250 pounds of flour, so 50 maybe. Working with my dad and my brother has been a learning experience because we have had different amounts of contact over the years and different amounts of experience working together. We're different people. So it's been kind of incredible. He's like Big G, he's the guy. He's got this giant smile, and he's always like ready to serve people and ready to be there, even if he's real tired. What?
Okay.
I really like making the white bread, and it's something that my brother's taught me, and my brother is like, the bread is his baby here. It's Josh's baby, and trusting me with it is such a major thing that I'm really trying to do well.
This is my son, and I've been lucky because he's been with me since, geez, how old were you, 14?
Yep, about that.
14 years old, and he started actually in the deli when the counter was up here, and he was, you know,
30 years now.
Oh, 30 years, yeah. It's a bittersweet this time in my life because I'm 70 and he's approaching 50 rapidly, and he's going to be taking over, and I have to say goodbye, so we have to stop working together so much.
He says he was retired, but he works more than most people do at a part-time job.
So I get up in the morning around between 12 and 1:30 and throw my clothes on and come on in here. And I am greeted with whatever was left the night before. It's a lot easier to fix things when there's nothing else going on. And in the morning, I have my own list in my head of what needs to be freshened up and checked and what needs to be rotated, etc. It gives me time to relax a little bit, keep the anxiety down and plan for the day and do my prep work. And at 70 years old, my doctor likes my work schedule. Cooking has been my life. It's a good way to relieve anxiety. It's a way to serve somebody. It brings people together. We're all connected to food. It's something we look forward to 3 times a day. We lose our appetite, but we always get it back. What a business to be in. Something that people need to have. This is our back room at the deli, and as you can see, we've got a lot of signs up on the wall here. And this was the first sign that was ever made of our sandwiches. It was made by my wife, and she did it with a magic marker, and you can't even see the prices anymore. We built from this original to about 100 sandwiches. But when I look at each piece and remember, they either make me a little bit apprehensive or want to bring me to tears. Every one of these things means a little bit to me, triggers something. And there's a lot of remembering my dad, things that he has said about this place and my mother. This was here in 1986, and I've come here every day since. We're not going anywhere. We'll continue to do what we're doing. And I'll be gone, I'll die, and Josh will get tired, and who knows, maybe he can sell it to somebody, or maybe we'll sell it tomorrow, I don't know. But whatever happens, it's been worth the trip and the little side trip through COVID to get to where we are now. Hi, Gerry from Big G's Deli here. Everybody is always asking me how come everything at our deli is so darn big. It's almost impossible to eat it all. Look at the size of these chickens. Can you imagine the size of the omelets? And this is how big our bread needs to be filled with the best meats and cheeses and vegetables we can buy. And look at the size of this cow. Holy cow, that's what it takes to make these huge whoopie pies. Big G's Deli, where size matters every day.
A Big G's restaurant.